Hello everyone, welcome to Beandog Studios. Sorry I've not posted any videos for a few months, but I've been busy writing new material and recording demos for the next Trilobite album. I'm going to be posting a few videos about the music that we're writing over the next few weeks. This is one of them. Today we're going to be looking at a piece that is based on some of my drummer Will's ideas. It's called A Giant Approaches, and it will soon become clear why. Essentially what we have is three different polyrhythms, which are all based on a triplet beat that on the guitar I use for the root note of the chords. It sounds like this. The rhythms can be described as polyrhythms or polymeters, as there are two beats that go in and out of sync, but the rhythms also play with the subdivisions of the faster beat, which gives your ears something to hang on to. A 7/3 polyrhythm on its own is not very easy to listen to, especially if you've grown up in the West, listening to Daft Punk and Status Quo. We don't want to exclude anyone from listening to our songs, so we have to find ways of making our masochistically difficult music sound simpler than it is. So the first rhythm in this piece is generated by playing the triplet beat and accenting every seventh triplet note with higher notes and chords. I'll show you how that sounds just as a pure rhythm before playing it on the guitar. So you've got the triplet beat going like, and then you've got a much slower beat accenting every seventh note. So you'll hear that there are two very different beats happening at the same time. There's the triplet beat, which is essentially the rhythm from the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty. And there was a much slower beat, which is putting Humpty Dumpty at serious risk of falling off the wall he has foolishly decided to sit on. For every 7 Humpty Dumptys, there are 3 of the slow beats, which Will described as the sound of a giant approaching while smaller beings are scuttling out of the way underneath. I thought this was a great description, so that has become the song title. When I play this rhythm on the guitar, I use a couple of notes to run up to the accent on the second note in the third group of triplets. This adds a little bit of ambiguity and makes it less jarring, as you can decide to hear the second of those notes, which falls on the first note of the third group of triplets, as the accent. The drums can then take care of where the accent actually is with the snare hit. The other 2 notes that are accented are played either as chords or by not palm muting the root note and playing it with more force. The whole part sounds as follows. Part B of A Giant Approaches uses a 4/3 polyrhythm or polymeter. This one is, in essence, the same rhythm as the first section of Bleed by Meshuggah, just without the repetitive strain injury and screaming. The Humpty Dumpty rhythm remains, but the time signature is now 4/4. This is emphasized through chord changes which basically ignore the triplets, just like Jens Kidman ignores everything except Thomas Harker's cymbals, or like a running giant would ignore panicking humans getting squashed underfoot. A 4/4 rhythm doesn't need as strong an emphasis as the groups of 7 from part A, so we can get away with just using chord changes where you would expect them in 4/4. The Western ear will cling onto a 4/4 rhythm for dear life anyway, so not much effort required on our part. Part C is similar to Part A, but instead of 7/3, it's 5/3. So the slow beat is a bit faster, while still much slower than our Humpty Dumptys, which are still frantically trying to escape the giant who is now wildly swinging a club. Because the groups of 5 are faster than the groups of 7, this is a great basis for a melody that sort of floats over the triplets with only a loose connection to them. If we play all of these parts in a row, you will hear how that consistent triplet beat allows you to combine 3 beats of completely different tempos into a piece that is coherent and musical. It is, of course, far too easy to make this type of thing sound like an exercise, so it's really important to be comfortable playing these rather difficult rhythms before you attempt to use them in a composition, so you can improvise, embellish, stray from the basic structure, make it unique. After all, no matter how clever and difficult your music is, you're probably trying to communicate something more than, look at how accomplished a musician I am. And you should view any time signature, or polyrhythm, or polymeter exactly the same as 4/4. It's not music until you've done something musical with it. I hope this video has been useful, or at least entertaining. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up, and maybe subscribe to my channel. If you want to know more about my band Triplet, we have a separate YouTube channel which you can find by clicking the link in the description, and we also have a Patreon site. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.